Alright guys, so this is the science assignment for Tuesday, February the 9th, and we're just going to read these four short little articles about the digestive system, parts of the digestive system, digestion, all that good stuff to wrap up the digestive system today. And then on Thursday, we're going to review all of the systems in our coach book, and we'll move on, continue on. I know we started a little bit with the ecosystems before we went virtual. We got a couple of ELA assignments coming up on Wednesday and Thursday that are going to go more into some of that ecosystem stuff, and we will continue on into that into next week, and we do have that science benchmark next week as well. So technically these are four different articles, but I just kind of want to think of them as one big article, one big text, and that we have subheadings here. That will be helpful rather than thinking of these as four separate texts. All right, so let's start with the digestive system. All right, if you haven't already done so, make sure you adjust your zoom to 100%. That makes this more readable. And I will read this out loud, and then we'll go to the questions. And like if you have this video up, you can technically follow along with me, but just have that slideshow up for when you're answering the questions so you can refer back to the text. All right, the digestive system. Our bodies need food for fuel, but first that food must be broken down into substances that our bodies use. This digestive system comes in. The digestive system goes through stages to digest our food. Every stage is important, and it prepares the food for the next stage. The food we eat takes a journey through the digestive system, starting with the mouth and then down the esophagus. It then moves to the stomach, small intestine, with the help of the liver and pancreas, and finally to the large intestine. Any food the body can't use or doesn't need leaves the body as waste through the rectum. The entire digestion process averages about 6 to 8 hours, depending on what you have eaten. The entire digestive system measures about 30 feet from your mouth to anus, which is almost as long as a bus. So that's a lot of tubing and a long track, all scrunched up there in our abdomen. The function or job of the digestive system is digestion and absorption. Breakdown of food into small molecules, which are then absorbed into the body. This allows your body to get the nutrients and energy it needs from the food you eat. I moved that, of course. Move back. There we go. All right, so let's move on to the second part called digestion. So we learned about the digestive system overall. Now let's go into digestion more specifically. Okay, slide that over too. Digestion is important down food into nutrients, which the body uses for energy, growth, and cell repair. The process of digestion begins in the mouth. We say it one more time. The process of digestion begins where? It begins in the mouth with chewing and ends in the small intestine. Even before you eat, when you smell, see, or think about a tasty food, digestion begins. Saliva breaks down the food to make it softer and easier to swallow. Digestion works by moving food through the mouth, esophagus, stomach, and small intestine. As food passes through these organs of the digestive tract, it mixes with digestive juices that break down food into nutrients. The juices cause large pieces of food to be broken down into even smaller molecules. The body absorbs the small molecules through the walls of the small intestine with the help from the pancreas, liver, and gallbladder. The nutrients then enter the bloodstream and are delivered to the rest of the body. So here we go again. I feel like I say this a lot, but we do in 5th grade need to understand the connections, the relationships between the different body systems. So yes, digestion is the responsibility of the digestive system. But what we break those down into, those molecules, those nutrients, they have to be delivered to the cells of the body. And that's not the job of the digestive system. The circulatory system is going to deliver those molecules, deliver those nutrients to the cells of the body. So the bloodstream plays a role here. And so this is an area where we have two systems that are working together to achieve delivering energy to the different parts of our body. All right, waste products of digestion pass through the large intestine and out of the body in a solid matter called stool, which we know as poop. All right, let's move on to parts of the digestive system. I know that cut off a little bit there, but that definitely says parts of the digestive system. All right, the digestive system is made up of two parts. The digestive tract, which I talked about Friday. No, I talked about yesterday, Monday. So we had the digestive tract, and then we had those others that are part of the digestive system, but food does not track through them. And those are the liver, the pancreas, and the gallbladder. And I also mentioned how the gallbladder is a storage site for the bile that the liver produces, but it is not an organ that we must have to live, which is why mine is no longer in my digestive system. It's not in my body at all, and I'm still alive. The digestive tract is a system of hollow or long twisting tube from the mouth to your bottom. An adult's digestive tract is about 30 feet long. Food moves through the digestive tract with the help of smooth muscles in the walls of the digestive organs. Cells in the digestive tract produce enzymes and hormones to help in the breakdown of food. And I believe I mentioned that Friday, but you all watched on Monday about how it's the smooth muscle in these digestive tract organs that are squeezing and scrunching and pushing that food and then eventually chyme and then eventually waste along that track. All right. All right, so cells in the digestive tract produce enzymes and hormones to help in the breakdown of food. The other part of the digestive system is the liver, pancreas, and gallbladder. They are solid organs of the digestive system. The liver creates different enzymes to help process food nutrients that are collected in the small intestine. It also makes chemicals the body needs to function. The gallbladder is a storage unit for all the bile and enzymes created by the liver. It stores them until they are needed for digestion. The pancreas and liver make enzymes to break down food in the small intestine. That's down a little bit more. It also makes insulin, which is a hormone for controlling glucose or sugar in the blood. All right, so let's go to digestive organs. The organs of the digestive system all work together to break down your food into useful nutrients. Mouth. Digestion starts here. Your teeth chomp food, breaking it into smaller bites. The tongue squeezes it into bites that can be swallowed and then pushes those bites back. Esophagus. The esophagus takes your food from your mouth into your stomach so that digestion can continue, is what this person should have said, because they just said that it starts in the mouth. Digestion begins when it's already started. So digestion can continue, is what that should say. To move food along, the esophagus contracts or squeezes chewed food. A slimy mucus also helps it along. Stomach. Come on, little scroll bar, come on. Okay. The stomach is a stretchy, muscular bag attached to the end of the esophagus. It is about the size of a tennis ball when empty, but can stretch to the size of a football. It has 3 jobs. This sounds like a question we're going to have. Store the food you've eaten, break down food into a liquid mix. Remember, we call that chyme. That was from Monday's videos. And slowly empty the mix into the small intestine. Small intestine. The small intestine is actually not small at all. Measuring about 20 feet long, the small intestine absorbs nutrients from food with the help of the pancreas, liver, and gallbladder. 90% of food absorption happens here. Now, we all know that the digestive tract doesn't end here. Okay, so once all this food absorption's taken place, what's left over is waste. And that waste moves from the small intestine into the large intestine. And then the large intestine is going to extract or take out all that water, and it'll become solid and make its way out until it exits the body, familiar form of stool or poop. So while the digestive tract doesn't end here, we consider the digestive process, that whole idea of breaking food down and absorbing the nutrients into the bloodstream, that really ends at the small intestine. And now it's just a matter of getting the waste out through the large intestine. All right, so let's move to the questions. All right, so here are the questions for the digestion system mini passages I just read aloud. So number 1, true or false? While the liver is part of the digestive system, it is not a part of the digestive tract. Remember, the digestive tract refers to the pathway that food goes through when it goes into your body and out of your body. And so is the liver a place where food travels through? So let's go read about the liver. They talked about that here. So they said the digestive system is made up of 2 parts. The digestive tract, that's one part, and another part, which contains the liver, the pancreas, and the gallbladder. Then it tells us the digestive tract is those hollow organs that food flows through, and that the other part of the system, not the digestive tract, which is the liver, pancreas, and gallbladder, are solid organs. So food doesn't go through them, they're solid. All right, so based on that information, you should be able to tell me whether the liver is not a part of the digestive tract or not. Is that a true statement or false? Is it not a part of the digestive tract? True or false? Number 2, in which organ does about 90% of food absorption take place? Now, I remember reading that as like one of the last things. In fact, it's the last sentence I read. So here's the organ that it was talking about in that section. And it says 90% of food absorption happens here. So there's our answer right there. Number 3, which organ is the storage site for the bile and enzymes produced by the liver? Let's go back. Oops. How many of these windows do I have open? 722. Okay. So here's where it's talking about what the liver does. The liver creates different enzymes to help process food nutrients that are collected in the small intestine. It also makes chemicals the body needs to function. The gallbladder is a storage unit for all the bile and enzymes created by the liver. So that must be the organ there. That's the storage site. So the storage site, would it be the small intestine, pancreas, gallbladder, or stomach? Number 4, food moves through the digestive tract with the help of which type of muscle? All right, it's my favorite type of muscle. All right, here we go. Food moves through the digestive tract with the help of, there we go, blank muscles in the wall of the digestive organ. So there's our answer. So is it smooth, cardiac, skeletal, or stomach muscle? Number 5, which of the following is not true of the pancreas? So let's go back to the pancreas. And they mentioned it, there it is in bold. The pancreas helps the liver make enzymes to break down food in the small intestines. That's a fact about the pancreas. It also makes insulin, which is a hormone for controlling glucose, which is sugar in the blood. We also know that the liver, pancreas, and gallbladder at the top of this section is saying that it's separate from the digestive tract. It's part of the digestive system, but it's not a part of the tract where food flows through. All right, let's see if that's enough to answer our question. So, which is not true? So, 3 of these are true statements about the pancreas. 1 is an untrue statement, and that's the one we need to pick. It is part of the digestive system. Is that true or not? If it is true, then we're not picking it. It's a part of the digestive tract. Is that true or is it not? If it's true, then don't pick it. It produces insulin. Is that true of the pancreas? If it is, don't pick it. It helps the liver make enzymes used in digestion. If that's true of the pancreas, then don't pick it. So we're looking for the one out of these 4 that this is not describing the pancreas. What it does, what it is, or anything about it. We're looking for the untrue statement. All right, number 6. Which of the following is not a job of the stomach? All right, so I'm looking for stomach in bold. There it is. It says the stomach is a stretchy muscular bag attached to the end of the esophagus. It is about the size of a tennis ball when empty, but can stretch to the size of a football. It has 3 jobs. First job, store the food you've eaten. Second job, break down food into a liquid mix. Third job, slowly empty the mix into the small intestine. So there's its 3 jobs. So it gives us 4. So one of these is not the job, not a job of the stomach, and that's the one we need to pick. So does the stomach store food? If it does, don't pick it. Does the stomach break down food into a liquid mix? If it does, don't pick it. It slowly releases the food mixture into the small intestine. If the stomach does that, don't pick it. It produces insulin. If the stomach does that, don't pick it. Number 7. Where does digestion begin? All right, so let's see. I'm looking at the titles, digestive organs, parts of the digestive. Oh, there's digestion. I bet it's in that section. All right. The process of digestion begins in the, oh, there it is. And ends in the small intestine. So we're, where it begins, that's what we're looking for. So it's that right there. So if you're watching the video, ooh, I'm circling it. So does it begin in the mouth, large intestine, esophagus, or liver? According to the text, what is another word for saliva? Now, in these texts, they would bold the word and then put a comma and then give another word that we are find more relatable in those commas, so that tells us a little bit more about what that word means. So there's the bolded word saliva, and there's another word for saliva right there, saliva or blank. There it is. So, stool, spit, digestion, or glucose. Number 9, true or false? The digestive system delivers nutrients to the cells of the body without the help of any other body systems. Now, I talked about this in this video. I've talked about it in previous videos, and it does say in this passage that the body absorbs the small molecules through the walls of the small intestine with the help from the pancreas, liver, and gallbladder, but those are part of the digestive system. The nutrients then enter into the bloodstream and are delivered to the rest of the body. Now, is the bloodstream a part of the digestive system, or is it a part of another system? So, true or false? The digestive system does it all on its own. Nobody else helps it. True or false? Number 10. How did the text describe the size of the digestive system? So it says here, the entire digestive system measures about 30 feet from your mouth to anus, which is almost as long as ooh, there it is. All right. So, is the size about the size of a bus, the size of a football, the size of a tennis ball, or the size of a hockey stick? All right, make sure you are comfortable and confident with your answers before you click that submit button, because once you hit submit, it records your answers and we cannot do these over again because you'll get to see the correct answers. And it wouldn't make sense to then be allowed a second attempt. If you have any questions or concerns or comments, or you're confused in any way, you can send me an email or a message in Google Classroom, and I'll be more than happy to help you. Make sure you mark this assignment as complete in Google Classroom. That signals to me that you have done it, and then I go and I look for your score. All right, this is due by 11:59 tonight.